Okay, so again, just explain, you know, you were here last year.
Yeah.
And you're back in Yorkton, and what brings you back for a second trip in the last 4 months?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it was great when I was here last fall. This time I actually have an opportunity to take part in a bit of a bigger tour of Saskatchewan, which is District 3 as far as Kin Canada goes. And I came in last Saturday in Regina, and I'm here through the week. So I was up in Saskatoon for a little while, and for the last couple of days I've been here in Yorkton. Today I've had a chance to speak with a couple people in the media. I'm speaking at one of the high schools here in Yorkton later today, and this evening there's a steak night happening as a fundraiser for Telemiracle. So it's a great way to kind of check out, again, a couple of great things happening in the community and speak to some people as well.
What would be your title? National President?
National President of Kin Canada, yeah.
What inspires you as a young person to become that?
Well, I got involved with Kin when I was 19. I was looking for something really to get involved with again, and I've always been, I guess, a community-minded individual. And certainly over the last 10 years, we've seen a lot of changes in Kin Canada, and this seemed like a great opportunity to get out and show potentially a new generation of young adults coming up through, and likewise individuals in every spectrum of age, that this is a great association to be involved with, and to showcase not only the opportunities that exist within Kin, but the impact we have on Canadians.
Nationally, from the national perspective, the Kinsman Club is strong, is growing.
Absolutely.
Is that right?
Yeah, and it's funny you mentioned that, because last year nationally was the first time we saw positive growth, well, since I've been alive, since 1979. You know, certainly to see that trend kind of changing and going back to an area of positive growth right across the country is great to see. It speaks volumes to our involvements in our communities, and likewise, I think the importance of community service.
That's the ultimate thing, is it not? What is the slogan? The Kinsman slogan?
Serving the community's greatest need.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
And
that's across the nation. I mean, we talk about a lot of things we've seen here, from Kinsman Century Field to Kinsman Arena,
yeah,
helping people, Telemiracle, all of these different things. But this is right across Canada.
Right across Canada, and it's been absolutely remarkable, you know, taking the time that I have this year to tour Canada and see the diversity, but you know, all the great things that we're doing, whether it's a stadium or an individual that's currently going through some difficulties with a disease, or some life-changing situations for a particular family. We have so many great things and so many wonderful individuals that are helping strengthen our communities from coast to coast.
You're on the road a lot.
Yes.
Tell me about what that does with family, because you have a young family.
I do. I've got a beautiful wife, Jennifer, and a 3-year-old, Daniel. They're very supportive, and whenever I have the opportunity to incorporate them into maybe a trip here or a trip there, I certainly do. But that was the biggest thing. They're very supportive of it. We'll talk via Skype if we have the opportunity while I'm on the road, and it's great to see Daddy when he's away from Daniel and so forth. Yeah, so, you know, there's certainly that little bit of a strain there, but at the end of the day, I think everybody recognizes the importance of the role and the opportunities that exist this year, not only for me, but again, another opportunity to showcase the great work that we do right throughout Canada.
Youngest national president ever?
From what I gather, yeah, I think we haven't really gone down year by year, but we certainly haven't had anybody, I guess, of this age in quite a long time.
So how is it you become the president? Is this voted across Canada? What's the procedure?
Correct, yeah. So if you want to run for national vice president, similar to other offices in Kin, you put your name forward, there's an election campaign, and I was fortunate enough to be elected at our national convention in Niagara Falls in 2009. After that, you go 3 years national vice president.
Did they know you? I mean, you're so young. I mean, what was the lobbying effort to get you elected as national president?
Well, I got involved when I was 19 in Kin, and I'm 29 now. I've been fortunate over the last few years to get involved at the zone level when I was in Newfoundland, so getting involved in Newfoundland and Labrador operations, and also being involved in a few national committees, education, charter, and expansion. So I had an opportunity there to kind of showcase, I guess, maybe a little bit about me, but it was a lot of campaigning at national convention, because there were a lot of people that weren't aware of who I was, and I really had to ensure that I emphasized the strengths and opportunities that I thought I brought to the table, being potentially, you know, a little bit more inexperienced, some would say, than others that have ran when they're 40, 50, etc.
You talked about serving the community's greatest need. I mean, but I mean, from the standpoint of Kinsman now, what's the message you bring? We're all aware of that.
Yeah.
But I mean, what are you bringing to every region you're going into, and the Kinsman you talk to? Is it a specific message, or is it specific to the area you're in?
I think it varies, but one of the underlying comments that I've certainly included in my messages this year is that one person makes a difference, and there's an opportunity for anybody to be able to play a part in this operation in your local clubs, in your communities. And one person can make a difference in the lives of so many people. We have the opportunity sometimes to see people that have been impacted, and they'll come in and say thank you. But there are so many people in Yorkton, right across Saskatchewan, across Canada, that have been impacted that we don't see send that thank you card along or have a chance to showcase that message to a group of individuals. But they are thankful, and the difference that we make and one person can make is absolutely astronomical.
Message you take to students too?
Absolutely. Yeah, they're getting ready to head out into arguably one of the biggest pieces of their lives. And it's been an opportunity for me to kind of look back 10 years ago when I graduated high school and to say, guys, you have no idea the difference you can make in this community, in your country. You guys are the future leaders of this entire nation. And for them to recognize and realize the importance of helping others at this stage will only be beneficial for all of us.
When did you become the national president of Canada?
In August 2010 at our national convention. So after 1 year of national vice, moving into this role.
Okay, and that'll last for 1 year, 2 year? What time of term is that?
1 year, yeah. So it's 1 year as national president, and overall it's a 3-year position on our board of directors. I currently chair our national board of directors as well.
Can you rerun? Can you be president still? If you wanted to, could you continue to do that? Or do they encourage people to keep moving on and let's move on to another national president?
Yeah, I mean, certainly there's nothing that prohibits it, but we do encourage people to move on. And certainly after my term is done this year, I really look forward to kind of stepping back, but potentially kind of being in that mentor, motivating type of role. We've got a lot of great people coming up through Kin, individuals that are coming into Kin for the very first time. And if I can play, even a minute role in helping moving some of these people forward and help strengthen our association, that's what I want to do.